So, lots of people have been making videos on this. So I thought, even though I make videos on Nintendo mostly, it's pretty big with the game industry. So I thought I would chat about it a little bit and say my thoughts. So Xbox, yeah, as you've seen by the title, Xbox, are they? I'm starting to feel like the company actually might be dying now officially. I can't say for sure, but like I'm starting to see the hints here. I know they're making the Xbox ROG Ally or whatever. I mean, ROG's making that. Doesn't mean it's going to sell well. People would rather get a Steam Deck or a Switch. And price increased by 50% on the consoles. And seeing retailers not wanting to even sell the consoles anymore in store. They'll sell PlayStations. You know? They'll sell PlayStations. They'll sell Switches. They'll sell Switch 2s. They're selling that stuff. But the reason why retailers don't want to sell the Xboxes is because these prices are too high. They're just going to sit on the shelves and not sell. So in all reality, they're just wasting money. These companies would be wasting their own money to have these consoles on their shelves that are just going to sit there and no one's going to buy them. No one's going to buy them. I think Xbox is in trouble right now, guys. And I'm being dead. I'm being like legitimately, I'm not nagging on Xbox. I'm not trying to say anything bad because Xbox has done some good stuff. The 360 era was amazing despite me not having really been a part of that much or really at all. I had friends that had an Xbox 360. I didn't own one. So my brothers had PlayStations and I didn't work. I mean, I was just a kid. So like, not like I could buy my own stuff. So at that time, you know, Xbox was booming with Halo and Perfect Dark and Gears of War and all these other franchises that they had, and they were nailing it. Xbox One wasn't as good, you know, but they still had exclusive games. You know, they had Halo 4, they had Halo 5, they had Gears 5, I think. So they had some games still releasing, even if they weren't as good. They had games. And now, granted, the PS4, like, it destroyed the Xbox One when it came to exclusives. Here's the thing, like, Xbox has good showcases. When they do a show, they typically show a lot of really good games, but every game that they showed this year now, they're all going to PlayStation. And what's going on? Like Starfield, that not many people I know played it. I mean, it wasn't really anything special like you would think. The way that it like kind of looked, it wasn't no Fallout 4, I can tell you that. It wasn't. It just, that didn't get people like hyped really. I mean, I didn't even play it and I kind of thought it looked cool, you know, with all the planets and stuff, but nobody's playing that right now. And I don't know what happened to the Perfect Dark remake. I have no idea. And then Fable, where's that been? Haven't heard a dang thing. I'm gonna be real. I think they need a reset. I think Xbox needs a reset. I think they have like no choice at this point but to like. I hate to like see people lose their jobs. I don't want people to lose their jobs, but I think like Phil Spencer and all these people in charge of Xbox, I think they might need to switch it up a little bit and kind of change up who's in charge at Xbox here, because it's not looking good for them at all right now. Like at all. I don't think they know what to do. I don't think they're just not making any sales. It's not the tariff stuff. It's none of that. Because look at Nintendo. $500 for their brand new console. The Series X costs like $700. It's insane. And PlayStation, I think they raised the PS5 price a little bit. They might have. But like not like drastically like this. Like this is just, these prices are nuts for Xbox. And it sucks because like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've never been an Xbox fanboy. Like, I didn't grow up with Xbox at all, but I know people who love them and who did. I grew up with PlayStation and Nintendo. But, like, think about Halo Infinite, right? The Xbox Series X did not even launch with Halo. They should have delayed the console a year, but they didn't because they wanted to launch it against the PS5. And they did, but they had, like, no games. Okay. So Halo Infinite comes out at holiday of 2021. I did personally enjoy the story. Kinda. Like, the open world aspect, at least, was cool. I don't really remember much from the story, though, so I gotta admit, it's whatever. And they had, like, a roadmap planned for Halo Infinite, and then it drastically failed. Like, the studio that made that game, like, I don't know what happened, or they flipped things around, but the game never got any of that DLC content that was promised. It was promised more story expansions, new like, big multiplayer stuff coming, like, all of that, and Halo Infinite was going to be so sick. I remember when that game first dropped, like, people were so hyped. Because I got an Xbox, I think I got my Xbox that year. When Halo Infinite came out, yeah, I did. And I gotta say, like, it was exciting because at first, at launch, it felt like it was better than Halo 5, better than possibly 4, and it felt like it was back for a second. But then, like, a month later, the game kind of just faded away. Like, it started to lose players and started to die, and people were... And that year, that holiday season, I swear, Halo Infinite had done better numbers than Call of Duty. I'm not 100%, but I feel like it might have, because, like, that game, I was seeing clips everywhere on that game when it came out because people were so hyped and having fun playing it. But at this point, right now, as it stands, I don't have a clue where Xbox is going from here. I don't see them, like, shutting down Xbox studios, like video games made for an Xbox console. I don't know, though. They're going to have to drop the prices of their consoles drastically at some point in order to make sales, because no one's going to spend $700-something on an Xbox. Or even the Series S consoles being like $500, which is not even as powerful of a console as the Series X. Again, I don't mean to be negative, but, like, this is, like, a big thing going on right now with Microsoft, and it's, like, insane because Microsoft is such a massive company, but you got to question, why are they making these decisions? I understand their sales are hurting, okay? But if you raise the console even higher, you're going to sell less because people aren't going to want to buy it. They're raising it higher so they can try and make those sales, but they're raising them way too high, and it's a 5-year-old console. And they don't have any exclusive games anymore. So, nor is there anything new that isn't going to PlayStation. And before we know it, who knows? Halo is probably going to end up on PlayStation. It's not yet, but it probably will, because Halo is. Or, not Halo, Gears. And it may even end up on Switch too. Who knows? I don't know. It sucks. It sucks. I feel for Xbox players. I really do. Because, I mean, Game Pass 2 being $30 a month, that ain't it, man. That ain't it. I remember when Ninja Gaiden 2 Black came out earlier this year. Or, no, it was last year. When that came out, I think it was last year. It could have been this year. I think it was this year, actually. When that came out earlier this year, I was excited to play it. I played the first one first, and then I played 2 Black, and 2 Black blew me away. I played it on Game Pass because I figured, all right, I'll pay for the month, and it'll save me some money on the game. That way I don't got to buy the full game. Well, now my idea is, oh, Ninja Gaiden 4 looks sick. I'm not paying $30 for Game Pass to play it. I might as well support the developers of the game itself and spend the $60, which is only double of what Game Pass is, and own the game physically. Because it's probably going to be a pretty good game, and I would just rather do that. And normally I wouldn't say that. I'd rather, if it was $20 to pay for a month, sure, I'd do it to play the game. But $30? It's too much, dude. I don't know who's making these decisions. I don't know what's going on, but right now I know for sure that they're on a slippery slope downhill at the moment. and is not looking good for Microsoft. Well, at least for Xbox. Microsoft as a whole, maybe they're fine because they're a multi-billion-dollar company, whatever. But Xbox, they need to shoo out some people and bring some new people in. I think that's really the best option here in order to make Xbox make big changes. Like, they need drastic changes over at Xbox, or else I don't think a lot's gonna change here. Again, I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't work under Microsoft. Never have. Never worked for Xbox. I know someone who has worked for Microsoft in some way, but I mean, this is just my take. It sucks. I love when the studios can compete, because when they're competitive, that's when, like, the PlayStation 4, Xbox One era, for instance, between Halo and Gears and stuff, and then PlayStation had God of War, Horizon, and other really good games that I loved. Now it's like most of the games I'm playing, the majority are on Switch too. On Switch that I'm playing. There's a few here or there that I want to get for PlayStation, like I'm around Black Friday. Like I'm hearing good things about Ghost of Yotei, and Snake Eater Remake. I'd like to play that. There's some stuff, but I'm gonna play that on my PlayStation, not my Xbox. I mean, I just prefer the PlayStation, but I do like my Series X, but I don't play it a whole lot anymore. It's a little bit unfortunate, but I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching this little video. Let me know on Xbox what you think. If you have more knowledge on it, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.